Hello, viewers. This is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary series, and it looks like we have Naya Midrange versus Control, maybe Mill. Fleeting Memories makes me think that he might be running a Mill strategy. Naya currently has a Nissa Voice of Zendikar and a Gideon Ally of Zendikar, two 0/1 plant tokens, the 2/2 Knight token, and an Oath of Nissa. Blue-white throws out a dampening pulse. Creatures your opponents control get -1/-0. Honestly, I think that's a little expensive for that effect. Personally, I think it should cost 3, not 4. But then again, if you get one out and another, it's just really hard to get damage through. Ooh, that is quite the army. Gideon attacking in, the Knight token attacking in. Blue-white goes down to 13. Naya has, well, thanks to Dampening Pulse, he has two 2/4 Sylvan Advocates, a 2/3 Knight token, two 0/2 plant tokens, 5 mana. Planar Outburst. Destroy all non-land creatures. Well, that knocks out the majority of that army. Gideon is still quite the threat by himself. And then on top of that, I was just about to say, he can man up Needle Spires. And he mans up the both of them, -2 on Nissa, so wow, that was a hell of a hit. Blue-white is down to 3. It's not going to be easy for him to deal with a Planeswalker and a land, but it is possible. Okay, Mana Scribe, 0/3. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent puts the top 3 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard, and then it happens during each opponent's upkeep, provided you have Delirium. He sacks the Clue token, draws a card, Fleeting Memories triggers, top 3 cards go in the graveyard. So, all in all, Nine lost Hangerback Walker, Westvale Abbey, Canopy Vista, Arlen Cord, Secure the Wastes, and Archangel Avacyn. And he makes a plant token, and blue-white concedes. He had 4 cards in hand, but he must not have had an answer for one creature, because, he would have been attacked by 2 creatures and only had 1 blocker, and either one of them would have been lethal. So, let's go to game 2. I'm interested to see if blue-white is it does look a lot like he's running a mill strategy, just kind of an odd one compared to the usual mill strategies we see. Okay, first turn Oath of Nissa from Naya. What I was just thinking about, okay, finds a Nissa with it. What I was thinking about for the blue-white deck was he's going to be running into the same problems that if you watched my last episode with the Mono Blue Brains deck, his complete inability to keep creatures off the board, because he was running Mono Blue. One of the things I was thinking about for that deck was if you were to make it either blue-black or blue and white so that you get access to actual creature kill cards, it might make the deck more robust. And this deck looks like it might prove that point, provided he draws the cards when he needs them. I mean, throwing white into the mix lets him have Planar Outburst, End Hostilities, Declaration in Stone, Silk Wrap, Stasis Snare, Gideon of his own if he wanted to go that way. But 2 Oath of Nissas, Anticipate from blue-white, Sylvan Advocate from Naya. Oh, for a second there I was like, Wow, is he stuck on 2 land already? Another anticipate from blue-white. No plays. Back to Naya. And now is about the time when we really will start seeing the artillery come out for Naya. Attacking in with the Sylvan Advocate before he plays anything. Basically, he was trying to bait out a response from blue and white. Ooh, Celestial Flare. It's not a card that you typically see, mainly because it's a double white cost, but target player sacrifices an attacking or blocking creature at instant speed is really good. The fact that he has the right mix of mana at the moment to be able to do that is really helpful for him. It eliminates a card that can be very staunch, very difficult to get rid of. But he followed that up with Nissa, and it got negated. Tamiyo's Journal. 5 generic for a legendary artifact at the beginning of keep. You get a clue token, and then tap, sacrifice 3 clues, and you get to search your library for a card and put that card into your library and shuffle your library. You don't have to reveal it. You know, some cards throughout the history of Magic have required you, after you search, to show them what you find. Others, which are nicer, don't. Like this one. It's a decent card, we'll say that. Especially if you've gotten into a situation where your opponent is kind of on the slowdown, like Naya is right now. He's got Nahiri. He can exile Tamiyo's Journal. Well, no, he can't. Tapped artifact. So he'd have to wait for him to use the sacrifice 3 clue tokens. I'm Holt Pacifist. So Nahiri's up to 8. He's got a 3/3 that can't attack for now. And honestly, things are looking pretty good for blue-white now. Dampening Pulse. And end of turn, Dramoka's Command. +1/+1 counter, and target player sacrifices an enchantment. So Dampening Pulse dies. Flamholt Pacifist is a 4/4 now, so it can attack. He doesn't have to wait until it flips, but if it does flip, it'll be a 5/5. And that's just another example of why Dramoka's Command is just so ridiculously versatile. And why there are so many decks that run green and white, or splash one of the other 2 colors so that they can run Dramoka's Command, because it is that good of a card. But waiting on Naya. 3 cards in hand. He hasn't activated Nahiri yet. Only 2 mana for blue and white. That is enough to respond with. Okay, ultimate on Nahiri. Finds himself a Dragon Lord Atarka, so he's going for the big beat stick. 8/8 flying haste, trample. Attacking in for 12. No response from blue and white. Ow! He's down to 8. And Atarka bounces to his hand. Okay, no spells were cast, so Pacifist flips over to the Butcher, so it's now 5/5. He's activating Tamiyo's Journal to search for a card. He is at enough life that he can take a hit from the Lambholt Butcher if Naya throws down Dragonlord Atarka. So he could be searching for an answer to just Dragonlord Atarka, either to kill it or counter it. But it would be better if he could get a 2-for-1. I mean, an Ojutai's command would be pretty good. Let him counter Dragon Lord Atarka and then gain 4 or draw a card. I can't remember the other mode. Planar Outburst to kill off the Butcher. In response, Naya is playing Archangel Avacyn, and I'm pretty sure that's game. And it is. Okay, unfortunately, the blue-white deck, I don't know what to say. He had answers a lot of the time that he needed it. It's just things didn't work out for him. Naya is a very reliable deck. It seems to run very smoothly a lot of the time. So it's a tough nut to crack. But unfortunately, he didn't this turn. Or this match. So I'm going to end the video there. That was Naya Midrange versus blue-white, I'll call it control. And if you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button for me, and I'll see you in the next video.